Are you looking for the best Sony cameras? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best Sony cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Sony ZV-E10. The Sony ZV-E10 is the best Sony alpha camera we've tested. It's a true hybrid camera that can do it all. It's got plenty of dynamic range for high contrast scenes and a 33MP sensor that's great for prints. Sports and action photographers will also be hard pressed to find a quicker and more accurate autofocus system. It's a video powerhouse as well, with high bit rates for better quality video, no recording time limit, and plenty of frame rate options to capture everything from cinematic footage to slow motion. Number 2. Sony ZV-E10. If the Sony ZV-E10 is out of your budget, its predecessor, the Sony ZV-E3, is still a fantastic camera. Despite its age, though it's definitely behind the times in video features, it's still one of the best Sony cameras for photography. You get incredible image quality from its full-frame sensor, and though it isn't weather-sealed, it still feels well built. You'll be stuck with Sony's old menu system, which isn't very intuitive, but that's a minor inconvenience considering the value you get with this camera. If you'd prefer something more compact, the Sony 7C is essentially an 7.3 packed into a smaller body. It's got some light upgrades, including tweaked color science and newer autofocus system, but you also lose out on some buttons and dials and get a much smaller viewfinder. Depending on how big your lens is, the benefit of the smaller size is arguably marginal. However, it does make for a great high-quality travel camera in this price range, especially when paired with smaller prime lenses. Number 3. Sony 6400. If you want to save even more money, Sony's APSC Alpha lineup is a great middle ground for beginners and anyone who wants a more portable kit. The Sony 6400 is the true mid-range option in the lineup, sitting between the pricier Sony 6600 and the more beginner-oriented Sony 6100. It doesn't have built-in image stabilization like the 6600, but it has a higher resolution viewfinder and sturdier body than the 6100. Offering a good balance of features and price. Naturally, an APS-C sensor won't have quite the same image quality as one of the full-frame options above. However, unless you're a pro or a hobbyist, the difference will be marginal, and you can still get amazing photos out of these cameras. They're also solid for video, especially for vlogging or home videos. To top it off, these cameras are all quite portable, making it easier to take your camera wherever you go. Number 4. Sony ZV-E10. The Sony ZV-E10 is the best budget model in Sony's camera lineup. While it's designed with vloggers in mind, it's an excellent value camera that works well for photography, too, so long as you don't mind giving up a viewfinder. It uses the same sensor as the Sony 6400 above and adds a fully articulated screen that makes it easy to monitor yourself while recording or taking selfies. Other additions include a better internal microphone and a headphone jack. While it's geared toward video, it's just as capable in the photo department as its alpha siblings, with great overall image quality, along with quick burst shooting. Battery life is also excellent. Its autofocus is a little less reliable than higher-end Sony cameras, but it's still very effective overall. Ultimately, if you can live without a viewfinder, this is a great budget option for beginners and vloggers. Number 5. Sony RX100 VII. While smartphones have become the ultimate pocket cameras, there's something to be said for a high-quality point-and-shoot. Sony has filled the premium compact camera niche with 7 iterations of the Sony RX100 VII. It's a highly portable camera with a built-in zoom lens that makes it an ideal travel camera. Its 24 to 200 mm full-frame equivalent focal length range is versatile for everything from wide-angle shots to close-ups of far-away subjects. Extra features like a pop-up viewfinder and flash are nice additions, too. While image quality doesn't compare with larger sensor cameras,